We're here chatting about advent calendars, quilty advent calendars. I have so much stuff prepared to chat with you about. So excited. It's August. Why are we talking about advent calendars, right? It's August. It's wild, but advent calendars have been sold for months already. Mine won't go on sale until September 3rd. I always start buying on sale for pre-order the first week in September, because for me, like, it feels a little crazy to be pre-selling advent calendars in like May and June. Even talking about it in August feels really early for me. But in the quilting community, and depending on if you're like, making fabric advents, which we'll talk about in a second as well, and there's also companies that they really need to get a good idea for how many people are going to be ordering this advent so they can make sure that they have enough. This will be the 5th year that I do my advent, so we have a good idea. We've got a good system down. We won't do it till the first week in September, but we're going to talk about advents. Hi, everyone. Hi, Norma. Hi, Keisha. So glad y'all are here. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about advent calendars and what's going on. Yes, I'm doing an advent calendar again this year. Yes, it's going to be another Mini Quilt Advent, same as years past. Pre-sales will go live September 3rd, and we'll have a video launch then. I'll go into all the details of my advent calendar then. We're using the Art Gallery fabrics again. I actually pulled those because they're so cute. So this is the fabric bundle. I just grabbed a fat quarter bundle. These are the fabrics that I'm going to use. Obviously, you can use your own. And if you're not familiar with my Mini Quilt Advent, every day you get a template and a pattern to make a little mini quilt block. And then once you make all the mini quilt blocks, either in 12 days or in 24 days, your choice if you want the 12-day or the 24-day, you put them together to make a little mini quilt. So I'm showing the fabric. I also have a binding kit again this year. So this is our cute stripy binding. And I got backing fabric. So there's a backing fabric option as well if you want backing fabric. Now, last year, I also did, a series where every day in December, I opened up a different advent calendar. So I kept actually some of these boxes of the different advent calendars from last year. I did the Aurifil Advent. This one is the Kylie and the Machine Label Advent. This one was the really expensive Compartis Chocolate Advent, because I also did like chocolate and tea advents. And I spent over $2,000 on advent calendars last year. I had the list here of all the advents that I bought last year. So I bought, and these ones are in order of like lowest to highest price. I bought the Hemline 2020 Advent, the World's Smallest Advent, which was that really cute joke advent, the Hemline Grotto, which was the 2024 Hemline Advent, the Love Sewing Advent, which was out of the UK, the Williams Sonoma Chocolate Advent that ended up, for those who joined in, it was like half salted caramels. It ended up being like a whole thing. It was really fun. I bought the Digital Pattern Advent. I bought the David's Tea Advent, which was okay. The Kylie and the Machine Woven Labels Advent, which was fabulous. The Cross Stitch Advent, the Compartis Chocolate Advent, that was $109 for that Advent. Fabric Godmother, which was $128. The 13-day Cotton Cuts, the Aurifil, the Mini Quilt Advent, which was mine, and I did the whole 24 days plus the fabric and all the add-ons. I bought one off of Etsy, off of an Etsy quilt shop. I did the Missouri Star Advent. I bought the Sew What box, which was a lot of projects. The Domesticity Advent, and then the Vicky's Fabric Advent. And some of these I definitely will not be buying. So like the Sew What box, I think a lot of people would enjoy it if they're doing it again this year. It was really project based, and so that's not for me, since I like designing a lot of my own projects. But if you like having little kits to just sit down and work on or take with you to a retreat, the Sew What box would definitely be for you. I'm not buying the one off of Etsy again this year. I haven't seen the Cotton Cuts one up. Haven't seen Fabric Godmother. I'm doing a different chocolate advent. Haven't seen the Kylie and the Machine yet. I want to do a different tea one, not David's Tea. I'm choosing not to do the digital pattern advent for me because it was just logistically one more thing, because they email it to you every day, which is lovely because in your inbox every day you have this surprise. But I was doing my advents at 9 a.m. Monday through Friday, so I'd have to make sure I was here and have that printed and make my tea before I could sit down and start the live. So it was just logistically one more thing. So I won't be doing the digital pattern advent for me this year. And also because I pre-recorded the Saturday and Sunday ones, on Monday I'd have to do a catch up. So it's kind of a little more work, and I'd have to print those as well. So Monday I was printing 3 different patterns. I haven't seen Love Sewing. I haven't seen any of the hemline ones, and I haven't been able to find another World's Smallest this year. All right. Got a bunch of comments. Ooh, it was warm in here. I've got the AC going, but with all the filming lights, it is still toasty in here. So let's see. Love the backing fabric. Me too. Me too. It was fun to do. I'm glad y'all enjoyed watching it. And I am doing it again this year. So the links to the ones that I've bought already, spoiler, are in the description of this video. They're just thrown in there. I will go back in and like neaten them up, as well as add some of the ones that I didn't buy. But all the ones that I've already bought, the links are in the description. None of them are affiliate links. I'm not making any bonuses off of any of these. This is not something that I'm trying to, it's just something that's fun. But people last year wanted to know, and most of them, as far as I know, all of them are still available. None of them have sold out yet. That Etsy shop doesn't exist anymore. So the Etsy one is not available. Which one had the canvas bags? Okay, so the canvas bags is Domesticity. And I ordered this one again this year, the Domesticity, and they came in these canvas bags that had number stamped on them. So this was day 10, and this was a project, and I kept it in here because I still want to make it. This one was a little DIY ornament and has everything but the fabric that you need to make it. So I still want to make this, so I kept it all together. But this was Domesticity, and you get a discount on the box if you send back the little canvas bags. So I have all the canvas bags in here, and I'm going to mail these back, but I wanted to have them here still for the video. So as soon as I'm done with this video, I get to make sure I have all these, find another little bag for my project, and then send these off to them so that I will get my bags back. So the Domesticity one was the one with the little canvas bags, and it was a really good one last year. So I bought that one this year as well. Okay, so before we get into all the different advents that I've bought this year, let me see. All right, I've got a whole, I keep it on a whole spreadsheet to keep it organized, friends. It's a lot. The Hawaiian one was really interesting. Okay, so she said too bad it's so expensive. So last year, 2024, total in advents, including assuming that I paid full price for mine, I spent $2,306.77 on advents, and I bought 19 advents for $2,306.77. This year, including full price for my advent, and I'll tell you what the prices of my advent when we get to that spot. This year I've only bought 13, so 6 fewer than last year. I only bought 13, and I put deposits down on some. So this is counting, assuming that I pay the whole price. Retail price of all the advents that I've committed to for 2025 is already $2,979.80. So that's $700 more for fewer advents because they are so incredibly expensive this year. So expensive. The prices for many of them have gone up, and the new ones are pricey. They're pricey. So before we hop into which advents I'm buying or have bought, because those will come later in the year, although I already have one. I have one right here. We'll talk about that in a second when we get to that. I want to talk about the advents that are behind me. So you can also make your own advents if you want to have the joy of having an advent, but you don't want to spend all that money. You can make your own little advents, and you can get together with friends and say, okay, we're doing a 25-day advent. There's 5 of us. Each of us go buy 5 of an inexpensive little gift, or each of us write 5 notes make 5 projects, or there's 5, like write a note, make a little project, find a little gift, and you find 5 things that everybody does 5 times, and then everyone wraps them up, and you all are assigned numbers, and you put them in your little advent, and then you can share it among yourselves and keep it at a certain budget. So like 5 things, and we're going to spend a total of $20 on the 5 things. That would be $100 that you're spending on 5 people, including yourself. So for $100, you would have a custom made advent that you do with all your friends. This advent that I've been touching back here, by the way, is a panel that Art Gallery Fabrics made this year. And I did a video, it's not up yet, it'll be up next week, but I did a video on how I put this together because I did it a little different so that I'd have more dimension on my pockets. And then I made a full kit. So these will go up on the website. Try to get them up by this weekend, but these will go up on the website. I have the full kit or just the panel, but the kit includes the backing fabric that I used for mine, as well as the interfacing that you need. So it has everything that you need to make your pocket advent. If you want to use your very own fabrics, this is a pattern that I have. This is the 12-day version of the pocket advent, and then this is the 25-day version of the pocket advent. This has dimension, and it has these are Tim Holtz numbers, but there's different numbers that you can get to put on your advents, so you can make your own pocket advents to make your own advents. If you want the joy of advent without having to spend buku bucks, which some of these really are, make your own advent. You can get a kit. The pattern is $12. You can buy the pattern, and it makes both sizes in the same pattern, and you have options. All right, let's get to some comments. I need my readers on to see the comments. I will not be doing a backflip, but thank you. Why do I think they're so much more expensive this year? I don't know, but I'll tell the prices of everything that I've bought. I bought some different ones, and also like Hemline didn't have one this year that I've seen, and the Hemline one, both the Hemline ones were among the cheapest. One was $16 and one was $24.49. So if you wanted to buy like the Hemline one from previous, you'd get it at a discount. And so those discounted ones brought down the overall price. But still, I'm at more for fewer. So even like the top 6 were 16, 20, 24, 33, 40, and 47 were the top 6. And so that brings the average down. But I mean, add those 6 to what I've already spent, and you get to over $3,000. It's still like over $1,000 more than what I spent last year. Might be like, yeah, it's a lot. Panels are really fun and easy to work with. And I did a video on it so that I can walk you through it. Let's see. Making advent for your hubby. He loved to watch me open mine last year. I love that. I love that. Thanks, Fritz. Fritz paid me $5 to see if I'll do a backflip. I still, I can't do a backflip, but thank you. Yes, it's a lot. Okay, so let's talk about the advents that I've already bought this year, and I'll tell you the price of the Mini Quilt Advent for this year as well, if you want to budget for that in your Advent fun. So these are in the order that I purchased them. They're not in price order at this point. Okay. So the order of purchase. The first one that came in my inbox was the Sally Tomato, and I saw someone already comment that they bought the Sally Tomato. I was able to buy it at a discount. So I paid $170.78 because I bought it the day it came out, which was May 28th. That's so early for Advents. That's a full 7 months before Christmas. The links, all the links of the ones I'm going to tell you right now are in the description, except for mine. Mine won't be available till September 3rd. And the panel video will be up next week. I'll make sure that I have the panels up before I go home tonight. So if you want to get the panel, you can get it this weekend, and maybe it'll even ship to you before the video goes up. All right. So yeah, the Sally Tomato, I think this might be the first year that Sally Tomato's done an Advent. I think so. I don't remember if they had one last year. I didn't get it last year. It was $170.78, but full retail price is $250 on the Advent. And I don't know where the price is right now. All right. Once I saw that the Sally Tomato Advent was out and I made the commitment to purchase it, I went ahead and started looking for Advents from last year that I wanted to get this year, or ones that y'all recommended that I hadn't gotten last year that I should get this year. So I got the Missouri Star Advent. And I know that I could have bought that like right away in December last year. Okay, Keisha says I missed getting the Sally tomato, so they did have one last year. Okay, Missouri Stars was $215.45. So less than Sally tomatoes, but still over 200. For comparison, Missouri Stars last year was $189.95, so let's call it $190. So it went up by $25 this year. And I know that if I would have pre-ordered it in December, I would have gotten it for less, but I didn't. I bought it May 28th. Then I went ahead and got the Vicky's Fabrics. That's the one out of Hawaii. They had an amazing Advent last year. They actually had me crying with joy last year. So Vicky's Fabrics has my heart, and now they also have my money. Their price stayed the same. It was the most expensive Advent that I bought last year at $325. On my list, it still is the most expensive, but not by much. Not by much. I know, Sandra, I can't believe that Christmas is a blink away. Martha says that the Sally Tomato Advent is $199.99 today. So if you get it today, you're still getting it at a $50 discount compared to the full retail price, but like only $20 more than what I paid, or $30 more than what I paid like 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago. Okay. Let's see, did I miss any comments? Yeah. Okay. So that's Missouri Star, Vicky's Fabrics. Okay, the fourth one that I bought, because I bought 5 on that day. It was an expensive day. May 28th, my credit card was humming. I bought Bella Rosa, which is one that I didn't buy last year, but one that y'all recommended to me highly for the Bella Rosa. And that one, it was a $100 deposit. The total cost will be $250, but it's nice when you can like spread the cost out. So I paid $100, and then the rest is the other $150 is going to be due. It says when it's going to be due. I didn't put that in my notes, but yeah, I paid the $100 deposit, but the total cost on that is $250. And then the last one I bought on May 28th was Soft Squares, which is another one that I didn't do last year. So that one's new this year. It's one that y'all recommended and said was really good. I bought the 24-day. They have different versions, and I want to say, don't quote me, but I'm not sure. I want to say that the Soft Squares one is one where you can buy the 12-day and the 24-day if you want, and they're different. So you can do both, and then have for 12 days, you're opening up 2 different things, and then you're opening up on days 13 through 24, you're opening up something different. And so you get, what is that, 24 plus 12, 36 different gifts, right? Or you can start the 12 days earlier and then have 36 days of gifts. Yep. Sandra wants to know, will you be adding to your Collect the Quilters quilt trading cards? I only have series. So only series 1 is out right now. Series 2, the designers for series 2 have already seen their cards. They know they've been selected. They've seen their cards, and their deadline to get back to me with any edits they need on their cards is today. So the goal is to have those to the printer maybe next week, if not the week after, and to launch the series 2 of the quilt trading cards in September. So next month, series 2 of the quilt trading cards will come out. I guess it's now public knowledge now that I've told you, but nobody knew that until now. So the 68 of you who are live right now got that information. Okay, so Soft Squares, I got the 24-day. And then the Cross Stitch Advent. I got that last year. It was super fun. I bought it. It's on Etsy. I bought it again this year, and it's different designs. And I know that because the back last year had a sailboat, and the back this year has a wreath. I haven't, like what I opened just now, that's the most that I've opened it. Oh, this one has bells. Last year's didn't have bells. So that's new. So we'll be opening these together throughout December. I have not peeked inside this one yet. This is also the one last year where the original version that I found was actually the scam version. And when I realized it was a scam, I went and found the genuine one on Etsy and bought the genuine one, and then did a video comparing the scam and the legit. of the two cross stitch advent calendars and then stitched up the legit ones. So this is the legit. It's off of Etsy. Retail price on it is $84.40. It is 24 days of little cross stitch patterns. It's really cute. So if you break that down to 24 days of cross stitch, it's what, like less than $5 a day. So less than a cup of coffee a day for these. They are super cute. With shipping, it cost me $112.07. Yay! Everyone's excited for series 2 of quilt trading cards. Love that. Okay, so I bought that one in June because I was able to find that one in June. I didn't see it when I looked in May. And then in July, I had another round of buying advents because on July 8th, Stitch Supply Company launched their advent calendar. And that's one that I missed last year. And I was so bummed. Stitch Supply Company, they traditionally do an advent where they personalize. Like if you order early enough, they'll do personalized items in it. They're not doing that this year. So there's no personalized items in it this year. Of course, the year that I finally get signed up to get it. The Stitch Supply Company advent calendar went on sale while I was flying from San Diego to Portland, Oregon for the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show. And I landed just before they did their live where they were launching their advent. And I was watching their live walking through the airport, and I sat down on a bench and ordered it right then and there to get my Stitch Supply advent to make sure that I would get mine this year. So I did get the Stitch Supply advent this year. It's $1.99. Last time I checked, they still have them in stock. That one sells out every year. So if you want a Stitch Supply advent sooner rather than later, it's $199, $200 for that. A friend of mine told me about one that I don't think y'all told me about it. It was, I want to say Stacy told me about the Carmons, C-A-R-M-O-N-S. All these links, by the way, are in the description of this video. It's all just dumped in there as links. I will make it clean and tidy later, but right now it's just dumped there as links so that you have them. I'm not familiar with Carmons. It looked cute. $275 for the Carmons advent. Little Sandy's is doing a advent. They are a quilt shop and friends of mine, and so I got theirs. It's $100 to reserve the Little Sandy's advent and $225 total. Domesticity, that one, it was $230. I think I paid $8 of shipping. I want to say it's more if you don't have your bags. So because I'm sending my bags back in, I paid $230. And I don't have in the notes here how much it is if it's your first year doing domesticity, but I love that they recycle those bags and that we get to use them again. Did you get soft squares out of boxes? They have two different ones. So for soft squares, I did the 24 days. When I have choices, I'll choose the bigger one. I think that's the one, where you can get both. You can get the 12 and the 24, and they're different. Y'all, I'm spending $3,000 on Advent, so I'm trying to pick and choose, and doing two from the same company is a lot. So we're doing one. We're doing the 20. We're doing the big one. We're doing the 24, but we're just gonna do the one. So if you want to see both, I'm doing the 24. Feel free to get the 12, and then you'll see the 12 yourself, and you'll see what I got in the 24, and then know, oh, I should have got the 24, or I'm happy with the 12, I guess. But yeah, I'm just gonna do the 24. Okay, then. Oh, and I wish I had the name here. One of y'all emailed me about the C's Advent Calendar. I love C's candy, and the C's Advent Calendar was $80, which was a much less expensive. It's more than the Williams-Sonoma last year, but it's less than the Compartis chocolate, and I love C's candy, and it's super cute. It's this little house. So I got the C's Candy Advent Calendar for $80. And then the link isn't in the description down below, but I got the Aurifil Advent. And the reason the link isn't down in the description below is because I was able to get that at wholesale price, and I love y'all, but if I can get it at wholesale price to save my budget a little bit while I do all these, I will. But I looked and found some shops selling it, and the retail price on the Aurifil Thread Advent is $163. So I will do the Aurifil Advent again this year, but I did sneak it in at a discount. I'll be honest about that. Um, Camberville threads. Ooh, the link is not in there. I'll find it. I bought the Camberville threads Advent, and that one's $174.95. Okay, Mini Quilt Advent. While I was doing all this, I was doing the pricing for my Mini Quilt Advent, and that's a big deal, trying to figure out like what the right price is. It's been so important for me for years and years to keep that Advent, at least the 12-day version of it, under $100, because, and when I saw how expensive Advents were getting, it was like, oh, well, I mean, if I wanted, I could totally up the price online and I'd be in line with other people. But also, we keep it small. I do a more limited run of these. I don't sell them in quilt shops. We do all of this to keep the price more manageable because Christmas is already so expensive. The holidays are so expensive. There's so much money. And you can't do all the things. Even me with this like crazy Advent calendar, I can't do all of them, right? So I want to make it as accessible as possible, financially accessible as possible for as many people. And so I've really worked to keep that under $100 every year. And this year, I'm not increasing the price at all from last year to this year. So I thought I had it on this sheet, and I don't. I thought I had it on the sheet, but I don't. So the total price, if you do all 24 days, plus the bonus days, plus the half yard bundle, plus binding, so all of it is $183. But the 12 days, if you're just doing the 12 days, I want to say it was $85 last year, and we're keeping it at $85 again this year. So you can do a 12-day Mini Quilt Advent, use your own fabrics, and have those 12 days of opening up the envelopes, all the videos that I do, $85. And like when the reason that I did this whole big, spending $2,000 on Advent calendars last year was because I wanted to compare my Advent to other folks' Advent calendars. And it was kind of like market research for me to really see what kind of value am I giving you compared to what other people have? Where am I in the market? Could I do better? Do I need to raise my price? Do I need to like there's not really ways that I can lower that price. But what can I do? And so I honestly think that my Advent is the best deal on the market. It doesn't go on sale till September 3rd. I always do it the first Friday in September. I don't want your money before then. But we're keeping it at the most reasonable price that we can. Because the world is expensive right now. So I try. I know, and here's this, I know that there are still people who can't afford it. I know. I get it. We can't, you can only spend money once. If there were two things that I could figure out how to do, it'd be how to spend money twice without it being fraud, right? But if we could spend money twice, and if I could find that 25th hour in the day, that both of those have eluded me. So for now, we'll just do everything we can to bring things to you at the most reasonable price we can. So that's Mini Quilt Advent. Okay, and then one more thing, which I don't usually announce things before I'm far enough into it to really know that I'm going to be able to be wildly successful at it. But I'm going to put the other panel. So Art Gallery Fabrics for their Christmas line has 2 panels up on available for their Christmas line, and one is the Pocket Advent, and I have those as kits or just the panels that I will put up on the site today. The other is this really cute panel. I'm going to open this one up. I'll have to just repackage it later. Actually, I might need this one. It's this really cute panel with all these little, I don't know, I'll call them like a little vignette or a little, I don't know, it's mini panels on a bigger panel. And I have one of these panels I've cut up. You can see I've got one of the pieces here, and I don't know if you can see I've got one of the pieces over here. And with this panel and then the half yard bundle of the fabric that the 8 fabrics that I have for the Mini Quilt Advent. But with this and then the half yard bundle, since I've already got those put together, I want to see how many gift bags, how many cute gift bags I can make using this panel and the half yard bundle of fabric, and have videos up on that. So I'm still working on that. It's not, yeah, the patterns have not been written, the math has not been done on the yardage, but if you want to get in on it, the panels and the half yard bundles will be up on the site. If you want to already have those handy, I will let you go and do that, but we're working on it. There's so much going on because I have Mini Quilt Advent, and the Advent has come back from the testers. Testers have given thumbs up or little changes on Mini Quilt Advent, so all those patterns have been written. I need to film those videos before September 3rd, and we'll do the launch on September 3rd and get those so they are being printed and the acrylics are being made. I have my testers got, and then I also have prototypes of all the acrylics because I do the videos with the prototypes. So all of that has been done. I've designed the block of the month calendar for next year. In one of these lives, I was asking y'all what would be a good theme for block of the month, because we've done the 4-patch block of the month, the 9-patch block of the month. This year's the half square triangle block of the month. And someone said stars. So I completely redesigned my setup for block of the month. And next year is going to be a stars block of the month, and it's going to be with different sizes. So in the past, it's always been 12-inch finished blocks. And this is going to be 6 inches all the way up to, I forget if it's 18 or 24 inches. So we're going to have big blocks and smaller blocks. And for the smaller blocks, you'll make multiples of them. And for the big ones, you'll just make one. So completely different. And I picked the fabric for that one as well. So the fabric is sitting here. As soon as I finish writing the patterns, I'll know my yardage requirements, and I'll get to cut into that and get that fabric starched and ready to go. Yes, so we're doing a bunch of star blocks next year, which is going to be super fun. Whew, so there's a lot going on. And then I'm getting ready for Quilt Market and launching the new book. The new book is coming out in October. It's all about 10-inch square pre-cuts, and I have a new ruler that's coming out with that as well. So we have lots happening in the next 2 months. I did not say what the finish size of this year's Advent calendar is going to be. That I will announce on September 3rd. I have said that it's going to be on September 3rd. I've said what the price is going to be. It's good. Like, it's really good. This is a block and units that is so versatile in other things that you do. There's your big hint. It's really good. I may be the most excited about this. I mean, every year I'm excited about something, like, but it's not like diamonds or triangles. We're doing a traditional, yeah. Last year was rectangles. We're doing squares this year. They are squares, and it's a really good size. So there you go. You got the skinny on it is squares this year. No diamonds, no triangles, no rectangles. We are doing squares. Second set of trading cards. We talked about it a little bit. It's coming out in September. So yes, we are doing another set of trading cards. Oh, Keisha, thank you. Book is ordered, all stocked up on layer cake. So the book, I don't have it on my site yet. If you want to pre-order that book, order it through your local quilt shop. I will get it up on my site eventually, but I love it if you order it through local quilt shop. Also, you can let your local quilt shops know that if they reach out to me, and they just have to send me an email, carolina@carolinamore.com, local quilt shop, if they are going to sell any of my books, and this will be my 5th book that I've written. The first 2, one's a crafting book and then one's out of print. So I'll have 3 quilting books in print. Well, I guess an English paper piecing and paper piecing book, a bag making book, and then this is a quilt book. But sewing books, any of the books of mine that they carry, they send me an email, tell me how many of them they have or have on order, and I will send them autographed book plates that they can stick in the books, and bookmarks that say autographed copy that they can stick up out of the books. So if they're going to carry my books, I want them to be able to have autographed copies, because I want y'all to be able to order autographed copies from your local quilt shop. And since it is not feasible for me to go around to every single quilt shop and sign them myself, I do hand sign each one of these labels. They're not pre-printed. Like, the labels are pre-printed, but my signature is not pre-printed on there. I sign all these labels and I pay the shipping cost. I'll ship them to Australia. I'll ship them to Europe, anywhere in the US, Canada. I will send them however many labels they need with the bookmarks so that they can have autographed copies. And you can order autographed copies of my books in your local quilt shops, support your local quilt shops, and still get that autographed copy. So let them know. Shops don't always know that that's available. It's not something that most authors do. I think that we should all do it. I would love it if more quilty authors did that. It helps support our local shops. So yeah. Sandra says, you're always thinking about your fans. Love your heart. And well, I want to do this another 20 years. And the only way I get to do this another 20 years is if quilt shops stay strong. I need a strong quilt shop community to support what I do, because I can't get to every single person and the quilt shops can. And so if I support the quilt shops, they will support me. And it's this beautiful symbiotic relationship. So absolutely. If your quilt shops don't know, I will happily send them autograph labels. Yep. Norma says that, so yeah, I just did a cool club on my earrings. Yay! They reached out to me about something and I sent them what they needed, but that was like when I was traveling this summer. So I knew they were doing something I hadn't seen. I'll have to go take a look at that. So yeah, guys and gal are amazing. That's awesome. All right. I need my glasses to read some of these. Just to see you smile too says, oh dang, I missed on your autograph. If you send me an email, carolina@carolinamore.com, I will email you. I will mail you an autograph label. That's fine. I'd rather do them through quilt shops because it saves me on postage to be able to send like 10 or 15 to a quilt shop, or 20 or 50 or even 100, than to send them to individual folks. But if you already have the book and you don't have the autograph, just send me an email. I'll send it to you. Going back to, let's see. I came late. Do you say what finish size that the advent blocks will be? Oh yeah, I already know. Do you sleep? Sometimes. Yes, I'm doing a second set of trading cards that come out in September. Okay, I did these comments. Let's see. Stars are going to be really fun. It's already been designed and the fabric's been chosen and the images have been made. I just have to do the writing part, and I have to have my brain in a spot where I can do the quilt math to do the writing part. Trading cards are going to be good. We've got trading cards. We've got the book. We've got the Advent. We have the block of the month. So all of that is happening by December 1st. And so when December 1st hits and I get to sit down with you in the mornings at 9 a.m. and have my tea and have my chocolate and open Advents. Actually, at that point, I'll be doing the last projects, or the second half of my book. So I have a book coming out in 2026 that I've started writing. It's not public what that book is about. So I'm not going to share that publicly yet, but I'm working on a book for fall of 2026. Super, super excited about it. Half the quilts have to be done by the end of October, and the other half have to be done by like the first week of January. So I am working through those on top of everything else, right? This is why I don't sleep so much. But I'm working through those quilts. And so in December, things slow down a little bit. I'll be able to come in at 9 a.m., have my tea, have my chocolate, enjoy opening Advent calendars with y'all, and then work on book number 6, which is really good. Let's see. Yes, awesome to get autograph books. Yeah, I did see So yeah, is doing a store and a retreat center up in Alaska. So that's pretty cool. I think it's going to take them a little while to build it all out, but it'll be fun to get to go see that, hopefully, when it's all built up. All right, any last questions before we go? Tea and chocolate with Carolina doesn't get any better. I think it's fun. I mean, I get to have tea and chocolate with all y'all. That's, to me, is amazing. I think that's really fun. Getting to hang out with all y'all in December was really a highlight for me. The holidays, there's so many feelings and emotions around the holidays. And I think that sharing them with friends helps. So, and having also, when my kids have winter break, getting myself, like everyone in my house sleep. My husband's not. My husband goes off to work, but the kids are sleeping in, the cats are sleeping in. I want to sleep in. If there's no reason for me to be here at the office at 9 a.m., why? Right? During the regular school year, I take my son to school and then I'm here by 8:30. So like that's a good schedule. But when there's no reason for me to like leave the house, then, you know, take it easy, hang out. But knowing that y'all are waiting for me to start that live at 9 a.m. And open up these Advents, that gets me here and gets me going. So I'm much more productive because of that. So I appreciate it. Keisha says, you're an inspiration with how hard you work and your sunshine personality. It helps that I love what I do, and that I have a great community. Krista says we all had a good time last year too. It was fun. It was really fun. And I kept almost none of it, honestly. A lot of it was done in the giveaways. We'll be doing giveaways again this year. I've been thinking about what those are going to look like. So I gave a lot of it away in like big boxes of stuff. And then what I had left over, I sent to a friend who has a free little craft library, and it went in her free little craft library. So anything that wasn't like, I kept some of like the things that I felt were really, really cool. I did pay for them. I get to do that. So I did. But the stuff that I was like, I'm probably not going to use that, I sent to the free little craft library. And so nothing went to waste. Yeah. What is the name of the Advent that had an ornament on each day? So that was the one from Etsy, the one with the little wooden ornaments. And that shop doesn't exist anymore. That shop's not there anymore. So yeah, that one isn't. The other one we had, it's called the World's Smallest Advent, and had a knock knock joke on a door, and those doors were like a little ornament. You could like tie a little string on them, and you could put those up on your tree, and I did. The challenge, I'm looking for, the knock knock jokes are really fun. I don't want to do the same ones again this year, so I am looking for a joke Advent of some kind. If you see one, please send it my way. I would love that. I haven't found that this year because that was really fun last year. Yeah, Kayleen, it was the Etsy shop that's not in business anymore. JB says your Advent opening videos were my favorite last year. Yay, I love that. It was fun. It was just something different, an excuse to come hang out with everyone. So the knock knocks were super fun. So either we'll have to find another one, or we'll have to crowdsource some knock knock jokes. Like I'll do a Google form, and people can submit knock knock jokes, and we'll go from there and have our own terrible knock knock jokes. The Norway one, I think, was a big hit. You spent how much on Advents this year? Norway am I doing this again? Trying to get some water. All right, last questions before we go. Yep. Oh, I have a list of ones. Sorry, I do have a list of Advents down here at the bottom that I'm either looking at, considering, or not getting, but you may want to get. And I'll add those links into the description of this video as well. Cheese Brothers has a cheese Advent. It was sold out, but also like it looked really expensive, and they were like big chunks of cheese, and like I wanted like a little snack of cheese maybe. I don't need a big chunk of cheese. Beyond the Pink Door has an Advent calendar. I want to say that's like a sew along Advent calendar, and since my Mini Quilt Advent, I'm already sewing that along. Doing 2 sew alongs for me is too much, on top of everything else, because I'm supposed to be working on finishing my book during that time. I don't need another sew along, so I'm not doing the Beyond the Pink Door. Hemline, I haven't seen those out yet, so I don't know if there's a new one this year. The World's Smallest Advent, that's the knock knock joke, haven't found it. Love Sewing, haven't seen theirs this year. The digital pattern Advent is available, and if you like getting a pattern each day and getting a fun email in your inbox each day, that one's really fun. It's just logistically not for me. Bird Blend Tea Advent was nice. All right, I'll have to look at that one. Time to clone yourself. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll just work on that in my free time. So digital pattern Advent, the Kylie and the Machine woven labels. I love that one because I came out, you didn't know, but I was working on a pattern for organizing woven labels that came out in end of January, I think. End of January, early February. And so I loved having all those woven labels, and I love woven labels in general. If she did that again, I would absolutely buy that one, but I haven't seen it. Fabric Godmother was one out of the UK. I haven't seen that one. Cotton Cuts, last time I checked, they didn't have their 2025 Advent up yet. And they don't call it an Advent, they call it a countdown calendar. So What Box, I'm not doing this year because, again, that was a project-based one, and I'm not looking for like ones that are heavy on fabric or heavy on projects. I tend not to do because for me, I'm not really going to get anything out of those. But if that's for you, absolutely go get them. A couple ones that people sent me. There's a 25 Days of Martelli Advent, and I think that one was a project-based one as well. Oh, Linda says she thinks Cotton Cuts is going to be up in October. There is an Adiago Tea Advent that I was looking at, but they don't have their 2025 Advent up. If I wanted their 2024 one, I could get it, but that might be the Tea Advent that I end up getting. Oh, and Online Quilters Advent Calendar. So I've got the link to that. It's just quiltersadventcalendar.com, but I'll add that link down to the description. So there's lots of Advents out there. If you want to be an Advent quilter, then there's lots and lots out there for you to choose from. I will go ahead and like clean up those links and update them for you so you have all the links in this video. If there's others, send them to me. I will add them onto this video. Oh, by the way, YouTube has a communities feature. I think you can only access it from mobile. So if you go to like youtube.com/Carolina Moore, up at the top, like you'll see like my photo and stuff at the top, and then there'll be like a community bar. You click on that community, and it's kind of like a Facebook group, and you can now post in there. I didn't know that it hadn't set up so that you couldn't post in there. So now I did it yesterday. You can now go in there and post in there. So if you want to add, you have to be a subscriber. You have to have been a subscriber for, more than 5 seconds for sure. So if you can't, it's because you haven't been a subscriber long enough. But you can post in there. So if you find Advents that you think other people would like, whether it's me or anybody else, go ahead and throw them in there. Yes. Keisha says, wait, what? So YouTube is adding communities, which is kind of like a Facebook group. If you're not a subscriber, you can see it. So it is public for everybody to see, but you have to be a subscriber to be able to like participate in the group. That now you can go into the community and create your own posts in that community. Allegedly. No one's done it yet because I just set it up yesterday and I haven't let anybody know. So those of you who are live on here now you know. Go share some photos, share links to Advents. Like, let's have some fun in there. I got my family some Advent calendars so I don't feel so guilty with mine, like fishing hooks, gems, etc. So, I mean, my family's an Advent family and we have been for years. We used to get the kids always the Lego Advent calendar, and then they kind of, I don't know if like aged out of the Lego, but they weren't as interested in Lego. So, I know we've gotten like the gemstone Advent. We've gotten a coin. There was like a Coins of the World Advent that was cool. It was just different. I mean, they might have been like pennies from other countries, but it was just cool coins. So we got a coin Advent. There's boozy Advents, and folks have sent me the boozy Advents, but y'all understand that I'm doing these videos at 9 a.m., right? Like, I'm not doing a wine or a bourbon or a tequila Advent at 9 a.m. I understand that my 9 a.m. is noon for East Coast folks, but still, I'm not doing a boozy Advent at 9 a.m. That's no. But yeah, so there are lots of Advents. All right, friends, I think we've gotten the questions answered. If I missed your question, feel free to reach out to me. Apparently you can do it in the community now. Oh, Keisha says, I went to the community and Stacey Lee was the first to say hi. Love that. Speaking of Stacey Lee, we have a collab that we did, and it's supposed to go up in 2 hours if I can get my act together. So it's 3 o'clock my time, 6 p.m. her time. I need to get my act together. She's already messaged me and been like, hey, I don't see your, yeah, Stacey, if you're live here, it's not up yet. But it will go up, scheduled, and go live at 3 p.m. We have a fun collab that we're doing, so you can be looking out for that video. Yes. Ooh, a D&D dice Advent. That's a cool Advent. I've got a kid who's into D&D. All right, friends, I can hang out with you all day, but I do have to get some work done because otherwise, like, I do not have the clones doing the work. a clone advent calendar. That's one for me. All right, friends, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. It's been fabulous. I'll be back here at 3 with a video for you that I think you'll enjoy. That Stacy and I have a kind of a collab thing that we've put together. So I need to go get on that. And thanks for hanging out. For those of you who watched the replay, I hope that I answered all of your questions in the video. If I didn't, go down into the comments and you can leave a comment. I'll look for those and try to get those answered, or you can always reach out to me apparently in the community. All right, bye friends.